Hey guys, King of Charmanders here. Alright, so today we are analyzing the cup that I have no idea why this is coming back. This is so freaking random. I get y'all are celebrating the Kanto event. You don't need to bring back the freaking Kanto Cup to celebrate the Kanto event. No, I think that's seriously why they're bringing it back for a week. So, for those of you that don't know, Kanto Cup will return from February 22nd, 1 p.m. PST to March 1st, 1 p.m. PST. So it's going to be like a week long. And basically, it's Pokemon between 1 and 151. Basically, all of Kanto. So that means Mew's allowed. The CP limit will be 1500, so it's Great League. And during this period, your rating will be unaffected. So during this week, if you're trying to get to Legends, sorry, it won't let you. Or basically, your rating is not going to be affected. So everyone pushing for leaderboard, this is your last chance to push. Well, the week before, which is this week right now, is your last week to actually make Legend or push to make your leaderboard push. So good luck if you are still trying to get to Legend. Otherwise, this is just a week of a break to have fun and basically try out all the new Pokemon you caught from the Kanto event. That's exactly why the Kanto Cup is coming out, in my opinion. It's just because the Kanto event's out, and to celebrate the Kanto event, why not just have this really random cup until March 1st? Anyways, let's get started. Alright, and here we have the rankings. So, y'all don't have to be super freaking serious, okay? Your rating is unaffected. So, if you want to win, by all means, go ahead and win, but you can use the dumbest stuff here, and it won't affect your ranking. So, you can take this whole week off if you really want to battle it and have fun. Let's take a look at what's here. Anyways, as to be expected, the number 1 pick is Lickitung XL, which is just freaking nuts. So XLs do have play here. There's only 2 XLs that are really notable that you probably can use this cup. That's Lickitung XL and Alolan Sandshrew XL if you have enough XL candy. I actually do, so I can't wait to use mine. Anyways, for Lickitung XL, as you see here, this thing's a beast. It basically it breaks the Alolan Marowak Hypno core. Hypno is incredibly powerful in this cup and it kills Mew too. Reason why it's so good in this cup as far as Lickitung goes is there's not a lot of things that check psychic types. Lickitung's one of them, so as you see, Lickitung's super thick and super powerful. Alolan Marowak is a beast in this cup. If you were here the last time around, Alolan Marowak pretty much ran through your soul and your family, unless you were using Big American Chicken, which is Pidgeot, against it. Anyways, a lot of other picks also shot up the rankings. For example, Snorlax. Hypno's already been up here. The reason why it's number 3, though, is because of Snorlax and Lickitung being able to basically beat it, and because of their sheer amount of bulk. Alolan Muck is a fantastic safe switch. It does really well in this cup because it's basically the only thing that can check Hypno, Mew, or the other Psychics, besides the other 2 normal types as I mentioned above. Now, Shadow Snorlax is also viable here. Regular Lickitung is also viable here. However, the reason why you want XL is because with XL, you actually gain that extra bulk that you need to survive more moves. As you see here, your rating with Dragonair is 572. Well, if you're using a regular Lickitung, it's 576. So it's not super bad, but that's not really much of a difference, but it's thicker, okay? It's got a bigger butt. That's all you need to know. Anyways, this is where a big thing. Mew will also be allowed, so this is a good way for you to test your Mews. I can foresee a bunch of Shiny Mews just running around Kanto Cup as soon as you just flex your Shiny Mews that you caught from the Kanto event. So this is a great way for you to test out Mew. As you see, the standard Surf Wild Charge moveset, which is, yeah, that's pretty much the standard moveset, is going to be the one that you're going to use for this cup. Surf to cover the Alolan Marowak pattern, and Wild Charge is to nuke everything. There's not a lot of things that actually resist Wild Charge in this cup, so you won't find a lot of things that will alright, but other than Electrode or probably Alolan Golem, but other than that, Mew's a very powerful pick. Sandshrew XL. Yes, this thing looks to be really sexy and powerful, and I can't wait to use it. Anyways, Alolan Sandshrew XL. This thing is a monster. This thing takes out Hypno. This thing checks Hypno too, as you see here, because there's not really any steel types. The problem with Alolan Marowak is that you get melted, Alolan Sandshrew is that you get murdered by what I missaid before Alola Marowak. You get murdered by Alola Marowak. So it's advisable that you either have 2 counters against Alola Marowak, or you pivot around. Anyways, the ironic thing is this thing actually loses to Alolan Sandslash just because of the fact that Alolan Sandslash has Bulldoze, and you don't have Bulldoze, you have Night Slash. So you do get the boost, however, it's pretty nuts. But I can't wait to use mine. I actually have a... If you want to use a perfect one, so if you have a perfect one and you have the 296 XL candy, go ahead and use it. It's not all powerful because it's so classy, but as you see, it ranks pretty dang high overall everything else. Now we have Wigglytuff, and we also have Lapras. I'm not going to go over those, but we're going to go... I'll go over the Charmers in this. So Charmers, as you see here, I just wanted to take... So that's Wigglytuff, and then you have Clefable. As you see, Wigglytuff is the premier one, is the premier Charmer. Well, you can run double Charm. It's just with the presence of Alola Marowak, it's not very advised because Alola Marowak is very powerful against Clefable. And here's the reason why Wigglytuff actually takes over as a really good one is because you have a better shot against Alola Marowak because Alola Marowak can actually... It uses Shadow Bone and Shadow Ball are resisted, basically. That's the big justification why. So you have, because you resist Alola Marowak's nuke moves, it can only use Bone Club against you, which will do, that's the only thing that'll do neutral damage. That's why Wigglytuff is so good. But the reason why Wigglytuff is number 9 is because it basically runs, the Wigglytuff 2 shield strat is very strong. Very strong. Extremely powerful. Very strong. It's very good and very strong. So, if you want to wiggle, Mr. or Mrs. Wiggles, you may. The Wigglytuff 2 shield strat will work very well in the Kanto Cup if you want to leave it in the back, or if you leave with it and try to pivot away. Anyways, Wigglytuff is a beast. As you see here, even things that do resist it, 573 or 528 rating, that's not a bad rating. Except for Shadow Victory Bell, and that thing will just shred through you like cheese, so... Beware of Shadow Victory Bell. Unfortunately, this is where Shadow Razor Leafers will rise and return because Shadow Razor Leaf also has a pretty... It's not as dominant as it is, but you know what? Victory Bell actually here. Victory Bell, as you see here, 60, shreds through basically all the water typings, even Shadow Machamp, and all the Charmers. But you'll lose against Hypno and Alola Marowak. That's why it's not advisable to use it, but you know what? Shadow Razor Leafers going Shadow Razor Leaf. They're going tap, 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 and no skill tap, tap. But yeah. So that's pretty much what you cover. Shadow Razor Leafs, I covered Charmers, I also covered the top picks that you see here. Now I'm going to cover all the positions. As your best lead, Lickitung XL, of course, is the best lead. Now for Kanto Cup, Alolan Graveler still stands on top as the number 1 lead. The reason being is it puts an insane amount of pressure on your opponents. There's not a lot of things in this cup that resist Graveler's bolts, like there's not a lot of things that resist rock unless it's Shadow Machamp, which you want to run away from it. But other than that, it's able to destroy a lot of things. It beats all the even though you have the water archetypes, which is Lapras and Dugong, the hybrid tanks. Alolan Graveler is able to just blast through them and force its way with rocks, and Volt Switch does a super effective damage. So just because of the amount of pressure it does, it makes a fantastic lead. You can either pressure shields or you can win switch and just destroy the lead. So. And the funny thing is, number 3 is Mew. Yes, all of the Mews. You're going to see so many Mews in the lead. Well, actually, you're just going to see a lot of Mews in general, because everyone's going to be super happy. They're like, oh my god, look at me. Look at my shiny Mew. I'm a flex. Look at this blue thing, even though everybody probably brought the Kanto event ticket anyways, and they have one, so you're not anything special. So, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Anyways. Mew is number 3. Alola Marowak is still a very powerful lead as well. As you see here, it's still powerful, as well as Snorlax. Now, Alola Marowak is a god. It basically destroys everything you know and love, except for, like, there's still things that beat it. But Alola Marowak is very powerful in this meta, as it was in the previous Kanto Cup, even with all these changes, just because it is a fire type. It is a fire and ghost type. It does a lot. It has a lot of coverage. It's bulky. It does damage. And with the new like Weather Ball archetype, as you see here with Alola Ninetales and well, not really Sandshrew, but the ice types that come in here, Alola Marowak is their biggest threat. So that's why if you're planning to use Alola Ninetales, that's why Marowak and rock types are still good, because guess what kills ice? Fire and rocks. As you see, Hypno still takes Hypno's still really strong. So the team you used, if you do have a team from before, it should work for you. As you see here, not many changes for the leads. I'm only analyzing the top leads, and closers are anything that's possibly unique. Another pattern that everyone used that was is Pidgeot in the lead. Now, you might not think about it as been like, okay, you know what? But the reason why Pidgeot is because Pidgeot's the hardest wall to Alolan Marowak. At the same time, Pidgeot can also force shields, and or as you see here, it actually beats something. So you beat out Alolan Marowak, Snorlax, Champ, Shadow Champ, Beedrill. There's a lot of things you can beat with Pidgeot. It does a ton of damage, and you can make some plays out of it. So the Pidgeot strat, which was the Pidgeot wall strat, also still works very well. As far as your safe switches go, your safe switches do encompass Hypno is the most powerful safe switch as usual. If you see my old Hypno video or my old videos, Hypno is still a boss, just because there's not a lot of things that check Hypno in this meta. Even if you do have key losses, as you see here, you can flip that by running double punch Hypno or running something spicy. So with Hypno's punch coverage, you do very well in this meta. And Snorlax is also a very powerful safe switch, Beedrill, etc. Raichu, Raichu is also a powerful safe switch. I do recommend Hypno. If you're looking for safe switches, Hypno or Alolan Muck are probably your best, in my opinion, like your best picks. Hypno and Alolan Muck. Hypno's been readily available for a while, so you probably already have a double punch one, etc. And then you have Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck is a great general safe switch. A lot of people will use it because it gets a Dark Pulse pretty quickly. You'll force shields, or you'll win switch. Either one with Alolan Marowak if you play. Alolan Muck if you play well. So again, two powerful safe switches: Alolan Muck and Hypno. I'll be doing a team building video later, so I'll be doing a team building later. So don't worry about like, oh, what should I pick or what should I? Well, I'll go over that later, so it's okay. We're just looking over the general rankings right now, just to see just to give you a more in-depth look as far as quickly as I can summarize. And now for your closers. The reason why Amok is really good as a switch is because it's also really good as a closer. Amok basically runs over a lot of things in a closer because it basically throws up all over the fairies, and you send every freaking ghost to the Shadow Realm, including Psychics. Shadow Mewtwo is the number one. You should have one if you want to build it and use it for this cup. It's actually a lot of fun. But if you don't, that's okay. But Shadow Mewtwo is basically the most powerful one because with Psycho Cut and Side Strike, you basically outpace the rest of the meta and you just nuke everything to death. This is such a powerful combination that if you do get a Shadow Mewtwo with shields in the back, guess what? You are going to die. You're going to die. A horrible and painful death. There's nothing we can do to save you. You're going to die. It's that simple. Just accept it. I'm just kidding. Anyways, the interesting is the reason why Venusaur actually rose into prominence as a closer. Venusaur wasn't super powerful as a prominence in a closer, but because of Charmers and the fact that it literally can just like run over so many things, Venusaur is a fantastic closer. So Venusaur actually does really well in this meta. So if you're looking to use, if you have a Venusaur, it's cheap, it does well. So Hypno and Mew are also fantastic closers, and so is Pidgeot. Pidgeot closes out really well because Brave Bird Unshielded hurts a lot if you don't resist it, and there's a very few things that resist flying types in Kanto Cup. You'll run over a lot of things with Burb, and a lot of people like using this because you actually laugh at Alolan Marowak. If you lock in Pidgeot to Alolan Marowak, you have such a obscenely dominant matchup, you just laugh at your opponent. Because you want to know why? Because they can't beat you unless they have two shields. Or if they have shield advantage. But even then, like, this matchup isn't bad. If they have Chip on their Alolan Marowak, you can beat it. See? It lives with 12 HP. So as long as you have Chip on AWAC, even if you're down the shield, you'll still win. So, Pidgeot very strong. Pidgeot very strong. And that's pretty much it. Again, I'll be doing a team builder video on the Kanto Cup. This is just to give you a general overview of what the Kanto Cup is and some changes. Again, to summarize the changes, a lot of things you used before still actually work. The XLs that are here aren't going to be super, like, oppressive, so don't worry about Lickitung XL being the latest thing since the most godly thing since sliced bread, or like the Bronzor in the Little Cup, or the Dialga of the Master League Cup. It's okay. It's not gonna be like that. So XL is not super oppressive. As the only new things is more Mews just because of the Kanto event. Also the Alolan Ninetales and regular Ninetales just because of the new Weather Ball buff. Those are two neat things you can look forward to as well. Again, your rating is unaffected, so you don't really have to stress about losing rating or going after the leaderboard. This is literally where you can meme your life away unless you really want your Stardust and you really have to show off to your Twitch audience if you stream or in your YouTube videos. And yeah. So, use at your discretion, but anyways, hopefully you guys do make Legend before the Kanto Cup. If you do make it, congratulations. If you don't, there's always next season. Good luck on your Go Battle League sets, and I will see you guys in the next video. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. I will be doing more analysis later, and I'll be doing a team building video later, so that I can help you out. I'll be doing a cheap version, because there's a lot of cheap stuff you can use for the Kanto Cup, and then I'll also be doing the super expensive version, which includes Mew, etc. Good luck on your Go Battle League sets again, and I'll see you guys in the next video.